Hey, what's up guys? From Guy 1 here, and welcome to the NASCAR Fantasy Racing League. Today we have the Pep Boys 200 at the, I believe it's Michelin Raceway at Road Atlanta. Today is going to be the FES series, the Ford EcoBoost series with the Mustang Group 3 road cars. Should be a fun race, and we ran Oshkosh last night under the lights, well, the partial lights this track has. Tonight's going to be, today's going to be an all-day race. Going to see who can win this one. As you can see, Swan starting up on pole, Downey starting right behind him. I do believe they were only about 3/10 apart with times. Those two should be running close all night because they ran pretty close last night, basically all race. That should be very fun to watch. And again, last night in the Oshkosh race, the field got really separated. There wasn't too much to show, but then all of a sudden when the white flag came out, they started racing really, really close and hard. Very dynamic ending there at the end, so that was really cool. And yeah, hope y'all are having a good weekend. Hope y'all are having a good... have a good holiday on Monday for Labor Day. Yeah, we're going to have 3 stages tonight, as always with this series. And remember, the winner of stages 1 and 2, they will pocket a stage point. And then if you win the race, you get 5 stage points, or 5 playoff points, I should say. So a lot to race for in this entire race, and stages 1 and 2 will be 12 laps apiece. I think the final stage is either 20 or 24. Don't quote me on that. I will find out in a second to confirm. Just trying to get my stream stuff set up here on the thing. Looks like it's all set now. Alright, and they are formed up. And again, this first restart, it's not a choose cone, it's actually just a form up. So yeah, Swan down East row 1, Frank and Clone will make up row 2. Oh, I actually did not know Clone was racing in this. That's interesting. Van Gogh and Lone will make up row 3, Petty teammates, then Huds will bring up the rear. Got 7 drivers. Last night we had 5, so having this extra driver here tonight, that should make actually a pretty big difference in this racing. Coming out of the final corner, they're at the start-finish line. Green flag is out. Van Gogh had a little bit of a problem on that restart. He did not get going. Down East got a great shot. Down East is going to just rocket to the lead in front of Swan. Clone is still door-to-door with the 44. I think Clone might have backed out just a little bit. Looks like Clone might have under-braked for that corner, actually. And if you didn't see the race last night, it was under the lights, and with very few lights around this track, it was kind of hard to see the cars, so I'm very glad we can see these cars. Frank got a little bit loose. I'm hearing tires squealing all over the track. Huds gets really loose. He gets into Van Gogh. Van Gogh gives him a shot. Huds barely saves that car coming out of the corner. Down East is going to get a decent lead at the start of this. Again, Down East basically led about the whole race last night. Just couldn't pull it together in the last lap. He went off into the sand, or not the sand, the grass. Lost a ton of grip in his tires, and he just was not able to hold on to the lead, but it was still a great race by that team. Looking through the field, Down East with a decent chunk of lead. Clone is trying to catch back up to the 44. Clone just completely missed the corner. Frank did too. We got 2 cars off the track. That shouldn't be a caution, because it has to be an actual multi-car wreck, not just a couple of cars missing the corner like that. They're both fine. Clone falls back to 7th place. Huds is still in last. And yeah, this field is already pretty spread out. I will mention, during the off-season, we took a poll with drivers and we wanted to ask which tracks they wanted to see on the schedule. And again, just because a track gets chosen by a driver or two, it doesn't mean it's going to make the schedule, but for whatever reason, this track was a very popular pick with most drivers, and yeah, it's a triple header for the top 3 series, because Cup will be racing here on Monday. Don't miss that stream. That should be fun to watch, because those cars are going to be all over this track. If I sound a little less energetic tonight compared to others, I am just very tired, is what it is. Still going to stream, though, and get these races punched out. Yeah, Labor Day is always fun. Just get a nice day off of work for most. Oh! Oh, Down East might have missed that corner a little bit. It looks like he braked a little bit late, but he's fine. Back through here. Swan has really stabilized the gap over Frank. Looking over the gaps of everybody, these two cars are the only two cars that are remotely close, and Clone's just going to fall right back, so never mind to that. Yeah, before this race, I thought I heard Clone mention that he was not going to race in this, but I guess last second he chose to suit up and get out there on the track. Because Pudge sometimes races here, Fabi sometimes races here. I think there's a couple more even, but yeah. Sometimes we'll have a packed house, sometimes we'll have almost a homeless pack, I guess. Clone's trying to catch back up to Van Gogh. Van Gogh's trying to catch Lone. These three cars could end up battling here before this is over. Another thing, the race last night was a very, very long race, because even with the Oshkosh cars and even with having just two stages, stage one ended up taking like a half hour and stage two ended up taking almost an hour, so yeah, that was fun. Keeping the cameras on these guys because these guys are the only close cars, and actually Frank's starting to catch up to Down East a little bit. Ooh, Frank tried to dive it low. Down East covered it up. Down East must have really fallen off, because I just realized that Down East is in second place and Swan is now in the lead by 3 seconds. Down East must have really screwed up somewhere. Van Gogh gets wicked loose coming to the start-finish line. Huds he's way off the pace. I think he might have crashed out somewhere too. Looking back up here, we're trying to watch to see if Down East can maybe get a gap between himself and Frank. And again, Frank won a race. He won the Daytona Road Course race. I think that was week 2. Yeah, pulled off an insane victory at that racetrack. And as of right now, I'm trying to think of who the winners were. I think it was, I can't remember who won the Daytona opener. It might have been Swan. I really don't remember. I can actually check that. But yeah, we've had a lot of different race winners for all 3 of the top series. Oh, Lone got really loose. Van Gogh almost clocked him. Now these boys are getting really close. And also, it's getting very cloudy here in Atlanta. Track's going to get a lot of grip because of the colder temps from the clouds. But then if that sun comes back out, it's going to heat that track right back up. Lone looked a little bit slow there on corner entry. Clone tries to get a run on the outside. It's not there. Van Gogh's going to cover it up. Oh man, these 3 are actually staying pretty close together for a lot of this time. Oh, Clone is there, door to door with Van Gogh. Heading off into turn 1. Clone's going to try to get around both of them in one go if he can. He won't be able to do it there as Lone covers that up. Clone is all over Lone's bumper. Do a little in-car camera with Clone's car. Ooh, a little shaky. Wow, Lone's really shaking through these S-corners. Ooh, look at how loose Lone just got in that 43. He does save it. Let's see where Clone goes. Is he going to try to... Nope, he's not. He's going to try to go for the pass. Can he get there? I think he might have slammed the brakes there because he would have absolutely killed Lone right there. Take a peek up through the field real quick. The gap to the leader between Down East is now 4.2 seconds. Holy crap, Swan's just running away with it. This little battle here between these two, this might get a little spicy here in a minute because they have some history. Not in this series, but they definitely have some history. See, it's only cloudy. I think it's still midday, but you can still see those brake rotors just glowing because they're so hard on the brake pedal. Coming through that last corner. Again, there is a rule at this racetrack where you can never have all 4 tires in the grass and gain an advantage. So yeah, these guys have to be really careful with how much they push it. I think Lone got a little bit loose right there as Clone is right to his bumper again. You actually saw him hit the brakes. He did not want to get into the back of him. Jeez, Lone's car looks so loose. Clone's car looks stable, or it looks like it might have slightly less speed on the top end compared to the 43. Jeez, just, you hear the tires, dude. These cars are crazy. And with how hard these guys are battling, I'm shocked that Van Gogh's not catching back up to them. They both go into the grass there and almost lose it. Clone might have had a slightly better exit, but they're still, I mean, Lone's still holding him off. That 43 is definitely fast. He did not qualify as good as he wanted to. Almost looked like they had a problem with qualifying trim on that car, but hey, started 6th, he's up to 4th. And again, even with just 7 drivers showing up today, I mean, if anybody's in this race, they're going to have a decent points day. Oh, they did get together. They're still getting together, and Clone is going to get shot off the track. That looked like a racing incident. That was just a really tough corner to go through there door to door. And now with that, Van Gogh starting to close the door up on Lone. These guys are petty teammates. They might be battling for position here. Jeez, Lone is all through that grass. I'll tell you one thing, I don't think Clone's going to appreciate that, and if Clone can get back to Lone, there might be some bumpers or doors that are touched. Gap over down east. Again, Swan, he, I think it was 3/10, like I mentioned, 3/10 quicker in qualifying, just on a time trial run. And now all of a sudden, he's really showing that speed here. Driving that number 44 Kellogg Scooby-Doo car. Oh yeah, I wanted to see who won the previous races in this series and this season. So, oh, this stuff is not even loading. That's pretty terrible. Oh yeah, so Justin won the. Justin's the one that I always forget. Justin won the opener race at Daytona Speedway. Frank won the second race at Daytona Road Course, and then Down East won the race at Maggiore last week. And I just got word the caution is out on the track. Huds is viciously off pace. I think something might have happened with him. Alright, well, with that, it's going to group the drivers back up, and they will do a pit cycle this time. Lone and Van Gogh both just missed those corners. I'm watching the 3-car here because I want to see if he shows his displeasure to Lone, because that was a vicious hit. Again, I don't think it was for any malintent or anything. I think it was just a racing incident in a tight corner going door to door. Yeah, and we didn't have many cautions last night. I think we might have had 2 or 3 total between the 2 stages, so having one on lap 9 of stage 1, I mean, it looks like we might have another pretty green night. Oh, man. It's been a long past couple of days. Still love racing, still love commentating, though. Couple of things to note. Went live earlier today because I was playing Bus Sim with Down East. They recently added a school bus DLC where you can actually drive children around on school buses, and I don't know, man, it's one of them things. I was just always fascinated with school buses and how they worked, you know, just as a kid being fascinated by anything really, and being able to relive that part of my childhood on that game now, it's actually really fun, so that's definitely a would recommend from me. Also, while these guys are red flagged waiting for HUDs, because they're going to open pits this time, they want to make sure HUDs can get back to the pack. Shout out to league sponsors, so shout out to Lone Wolf and Pudge. They both take money out of their own pocket to put towards our prize pool for our drivers. Very much appreciate them for doing that, and it's a lot of money. I don't care who you are, it's definitely a lot of money for us. Shout out to Wheels, spelled with a Z. He's on YouTube, he makes Madden 24 videos, and he has a couple of channels, but Wheels is his main one. He also goes live on Twitch. Go to twitch.com/WheelsFL. Goes live every night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Also, if you're looking to go to a sporting event with the NFL just starting back up, go to SeatGeek.com and use code WHEELS for $20 off your order. And then shout out to Fabianski for everything he does for our Cup Series, because he makes all of our cars. He takes any requests that we want. He makes any car a reality. So very much appreciate what he does for us. So pit road is open. Someone stayed out. I'm not sure who that was. Down East? Yeah. So Down East stays out. He'll assume the lead. I think what I just saw, I think Swan had the best fuel mileage out of everybody here. See where they fill up to. Swan went to 45, Frank went to 50. Lone's going up all the way up to 60, Van Gogh and Clone are in the 40s. I mean, for Pete's sake, there's only... Well, it's a long track, but yeah, there's going to be 3 laps to go once they get around to the start-finish line to go green. Man, I just can't seem to wake up today. It's pretty bad. And just again, hope y'all are enjoying your weekend. We don't really do much out of the box to celebrate Labor Day, you know, just take it easy kind of. I think that's the whole point of it anyways. I saw that coming up soon we're going to have, I think, 3 or 4 days in a row where it's going to be about 100 degrees on each day, and then after that it's going to lower back down to the 70s. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm one of those nutcases that really loves pumpkin season. I am that type of guy that will go to the pumpkin section of that aisle where they have like pumpkin flavored everything. I'll just buy one of everything. Like, hey, you want to drink some pumpkin coffee? Alright, you want some pumpkin cake? Sure. You want pumpkin flavored ravioli and pumpkin sauce? Yes, I don't care. I'll try it. Whatever it is, I'll try it. But yeah, I'm just so happy that part of the year is right around the corner. With this choose cone, Down East and Swan are going to go to the front row. Frank and Van Gogh make up row 2. Clone and Hud's in row 3. I think Lone went to the back because he took a lot of fuel on that. He wanted to make sure he's not going to go dry by the end of this race, or sorry, the stage. All right, double filed up, all grouped up together. Tell you, Swan's faster, but Down East does have a shot to win this stage. He swept last weekend for the FES at Maggiore. He's going to try to get back-to-back sweeps. Green flag is out. Wow, the left lane got a tremendous push to Swan by the end of that. Swan's able to dive low. Frank underbrakes a little bit. He's going to try to get around the 16 for second place. I think Down East is going to have the preferred line. Yep, he's going to underbrake to try to get in front of him. He does. Swans go. Oh my gosh, I hear tires squealing. Gonna look back through here. Frank looks really loose. Oh god, Hud's is up to 5th place. I'm not sure what speed he has in traffic, but now all of a sudden we're gonna see. Clone's back to last. We're gonna look up at the leaders as Down East is gonna try to get around the 44 car. Down East is gonna clear him for now. Can Swan cross him over? He almost clips him. He's going to underbrake, get into him coming out of the corner. Down East is going to try to get the power down. There's still door-to-door for the lead. And with them racing this hard, Swan's going to go to the lead, but Frank is right there in 3rd. The top 3 racing really close together, and when they cross the start-finish line, it'll be just 2 laps to go for stage 1. Down East goes right. Frank's going to try to go with them, it looks like. Frank is going to give Down East a huge shot going into the corner. That's going to help propel him up to the lead. No! Frank just propelled him off the racetrack. He is going to go around. He slams the brakes. We're going to see if he calls yellow, because he could call yellow, and that would officially end the stage. I don't think he's going to. Nope, we stay green, so there's 2 laps to go. Down East got absolutely cucked right there, but I don't know if for the 16, but hey, Swan now goes back to the lead. Frank's only 1.3 seconds back in 2nd place. Van goes off into the grass. Clone's going to try to pass him. He has a really good opportunity. Hud's is still in 5th place. Looks like Lone's trying to push him. So now we got the 3 petty cars running bumper to bumper. Van Gogh is way off into the beach. He's going to lose a lot of momentum and go all the way back to 6th place. Down East is probably going to catch him before this one's over. Lone and Hud's are really close together. I think Lone's just trying to help his teammate there. Yeah, he's going to help his teammate go right off into the grass. That was a good move. I think Hud's just underbraked. That 66 car, man, they need to fix that in the stage break. Looking up at the leaders, I don't think the gap has changed. It might have actually gotten in Frank's favor a little bit by a 10th or 2. Again, Frank definitely has some decent speed in that car. It sucks that his teammate's not here tonight in the 2 car. Coming around to the white flag, 1 lap to go for stage 1. This is the Pep Boys 200 for the NASCAR Fantasy Racing League. And once again, if you have PlayStation, and you want to sign up for us or to race with us, message CarFreak13 and mention the NFRL. Sorry, it's been a long day. And yeah, we can set you up a tryout process with our league admin. You'll just have to drive the car or cars of the series that you want to race in. Oh, Swan got in the sand a little bit, and I think Frank followed him. Yeah, I literally think Frank just followed him off into the sand. That gap would have closed tremendously if he didn't do that. The gap is still closing a little bit. Frank, oh, Clone almost went into the grass. I mean, he has a decent gap to learn. I don't think Clone's going to lose that spot. Gap to the leader is actually basically sustained at 1.7 seconds. I don't know, man. If Frank can get within striking distance next stage, he might have a shot to lead some laps and really contend to win this thing. Coming out of the final corners. And Swan is going to do it from pole position. He's going to win the first stage in that Kellogg's car. Again, that car is really fast today. He's going to look to try to win everything if he can today. Little plot twist that we actually have here today with that 44 car. Swan has won at least one race in Oshkosh, FES, and Cup. None of those races have been won with number 44. He's won Oshkosh and FES in the 5 car, and in Cup, he just recently won. But his first Cup win, even though he signed up with the number 44, it was in a 96 car. So everybody's starting to think the number 44 might be cursed, but he's going to try to reverse that today, and he definitely looks like he can with that Stage 1 speed. Here are your Stage 1 results, and actually, I'm going to save that replay real quick. Yeah, there are your Stage 1 results. Great run by that 44 car. Also has fastest lap of a 119.9, which is 0.3 off of his pole qualifying time, so definitely maintaining that speed from qualifying to the race. Alright, these boys are going to take a stage break and get set up for stage 2. I'm going to take a break as well, and we will be back to start the next stage. Alright, we are finally back. I think that was a 20 to 30 minute delay. Sorry about that. One of our drivers had to park his car and run to the porta potty. I think he made it, so that part's good, but yeah, sorry about that long delay. We are ready to start stage 2 here. And Swan rallying late, holding off down east. Had a little bit of help from the 9 car after he pushed the 16 off into the sand, but that stuff happens, just racing incidents. As you saw the back there, Frank is the only rookie in today's field. That's a wild thing to see. Alright, so we're going to begin this stage. We didn't have a caution in stage 1 until lap 9. Maybe we'll have an all-green stage for this one. You never know. And I forgot to look up. I wanted to see how long the final stage is going to be. My guess would be 20, but I genuinely have no idea at the moment. Oh, it's actually 18. Alrighty. Even shorter than I thought. That's good to know. Yeah, the racing was pretty good in stage 1. We actually had a couple of lead changes. I definitely want to see what Down East can do once he gets closer to the lead. I can tell you one thing, he's probably very much considering repaying that favor to the 9 car, because that not only took him out of the contention for the win, but it literally got him 7th place points, which is not good for him. Because right now, even though he won last week, he is currently 6th in points. And that is where the playoff cut is to get into the playoffs, so he's only 32 points above the cut. Alright, with that choose cone, Frank goes to the high line. He's going to take the left side. Clone's going to start behind Swan, so Stuart Haas boys lined up bumper to bumper. Here we go to the start-finish line. Green flag is out. Wow, Vango's going to make it 3 wide to the inside of the 3-car. Swan's going to go all the way down to the bottom to block it. They are still 3 wide. Clone and the 42 got together. I think Lone got punted off into the grass. There's another car, I think, in the grass. Yep, Frank's going to go off. I do believe that's going to be a caution. I mean, it should be, because that was technically 2 cars around, and Frank's crash was a lot harder than Lone. Clone gets up to 2nd place. They didn't call it. They'll stay green. Alrighty then. So Clone is now 1.7 seconds back off the leader. Van Gogh's in 3rd, trying to chase him down. Downey's already up to 4th. Oh my gosh, Downey snuck it in up there on the high side. He's going to get door-to-door with the 42. He should be able to pass him, actually. I thought Lone was going to go to the far back, but then Frank crashed right after he did, so Frank's going to hold last right now. Gap to Clone. Actually, Clone gained a 10th or 2 down that straightaway. Gap is still getting a little smaller. Alright, you never know. Clone might actually have some speed here today. And again, these 2 guys, they're quite literally on the same team, so they should have very similar equipment. Now we want to see if Downey's can catch these boys. How fast will he do it? We can continue to watch the gaps. Hodds is running 4th place right now. That's a really good spot for that 66 car. He's been just a little bit off today with performance. Van goes in last. I don't know what the heck happened to him. Again, these guys are spread out so much, it's hard to really keep track of the whole field, and I do apologize for stuff that I miss. And I also apologize that we can't look at replays of stuff that has already happened. Gap to Clone is now 1.8 seconds. I mean, he's only lost about a 10th in this lap, so Clone is definitely showing some speed. We're going to actually compare their lap times this time by. Oh, this camera angle was pretty cool, showing these cars zooming by at the side of the fence. Frank's trying to get up to Lone. He's going to try to challenge him for 5th place, and Frank right now is currently tied with Lone in points. Frank's looking to get 2nd place in points and take hold of it. With them tied, Frank actually holds 2nd place right now because he has 5 playoff points, which Lone does not have. Oh yeah, let's compare these lap times of the leaders. Oh my gosh, I heard some tires squealing. Not sure who that was. Looks like Frank. I almost... Oh, whoa, that was a little shaky there. Frank once again with a very aggressive braking line behind another driver. What a save. What a save by Lone. Longtime veteran driver just wheeling that car. I thought he was going to send it off into the grass and absolutely destroy his car right there, but that was a great save. Yeah, Frankie back there is just getting a little bit pushy with them braking lines, but he's trying to do anything to catch back up. Looking back up here, man, the lead to Swan is now 3 seconds from Clone, but Clone is starting to gap the 16, believe it or not. And again, Clone driving that good wrench number 3. He is easily the biggest Dale Earnhardt fan we have in the NFRL. That was his favorite driver and just can never truly get over the fact of what happened to him, but he makes sure that his memory lives on as he's run that good wrench car so many times. Down East, I do believe, is starting to catch him slightly, but not very fast. I'm shocked Lone and Frank, I'm shocked they're not catching up to Huds, to be honest with you. Van Gogh's still way back from last. He's not really recovering from that. Once again, Frank is going to get very close to the 43. Door to door, that's not a very good area to pass somebody. Lone's going to try to cross him over. I thought he might have been there for a second. Frank's going to hold the spot, but Frank's getting really loose. Lone is not going to let him go by easily. Through the S corners. Frank's actually going to gap Lone a little bit. Shoots it way off into the sand. If Lone didn't do it, that could actually help him get back up to him. Huds has crashed around. He was at a dead stop, and these boys just flew by at full speed. That could be a caution. Listening to the leaders, I don't think it was actually. We stay green still. That's now 3 times a car has went off track or slowed down dramatically due to something, and yeah, we're still green. As we look through this field, Down East is finally starting to catch up to Clone. In fact, he's only half a second back now, so he should be within striking range very shortly. The back 4 cars, they're all spread out. Actually, they're really spread out. Actually, if we look back at last place, Van Gogh, he is 30 seconds off of the leader. So that is a big gap between first and last. Let's see how long it takes Down East to get up to this 3 car. Now, something interesting I don't know if y'all picked up on, but when we had that caution in stage 1, I think it came out on lap 9, and I think they pitted going into lap 10. Every driver pitted, but Down East did not. And to my knowledge, he finished stage 1 with fuel left. So if that's the case, I'm not really sure if the Haas boys can last in this stage without making a pit stop. I'm not really sure if Down East can either, because again, they had a caution lap there that helped him save a little gas. But if Down East can go this whole stage without pitting, he might have it in the bag. Down East got really close there. Clone's trying to extend that gap again, see if he can just stay in front of him. Clone's doing fairly decent in points, but having a 2nd place finish in a stage would really help him. Back here, Huds is starting. Huds is off the track again. So I saw an arrow go way off the track. I was wondering what the heck happened. We still stay green. Yeah, this is basically the only thing that's happening out on the track right now. Oh my God, down east is there. He's going to get there to the inside of the 3, door to door. Yeah, I thought he might not have been there. Oh, he's there now. Aggressive line trying to get there with the 3. Oh, I think the 3 car tried to cross him over. That wasn't going to work. A little driver cam with Clone. In-car camera watching him trying to draft off to the 16 and get some speed. I'm not sure if we use this. I think we used this camera earlier in stage 1, but you're going to see a very aggressive line going into this corner. Wow, I thought he was about to go right into the 16 and got really loose in the corner there. Hard driving from the 3. Oh, he's into the grass. That gets really bumpy if you're not careful. And you heard it, he never lifted out of the gas pedal, he just stayed in it. Clone raced down east so hard and didn't let him get by that now all of a sudden, we look up at his camera, there is a 6.5 second gap to Swan. So really, unless Swan sends it off the track, spins out and completely just ruins his day, Swan should be able to win this stage, but now you gotta look at fuel strategy. You gotta look at how good is the fuel mileage on the Haas cars, because we know Colleague can go a long time. For a while now, Down East has been one of the fastest cars on track, and he's been one of the best cars on track with the best fuel mileage. So yeah, whatever Colleague did with this car, they have really come up and they have shown up to compete in this league. And I think I'm going to mention this every week until the end of the season. It's the fact that Down East was signed with Haas coming into week 1. Haas is arguably the #1 team in the NFRL as far as speed goes. Some of the biggest names drive on that team. He was offered a spot, a full-fledged spot to race with those boys. He basically, before the season started, he said he didn't think he was going to be a good enough part of the team. He thought he wasn't going to live up to Haas's standards, is essentially what he said. Goes out to Daytona Road Course in the Cup Series, wins the race with Colleague. Goes out to Maggiore with Colleague, sweeps the race. And I also think he might have won an Oshkosh. Oh yeah, he swept Tokyo in the Oshkosh Series. So yeah, if Down East would have been on Haas and stayed with Haas, he would have been a fantastic addition to that team. But he's giving Colleague such a name right now. And also, the gap to Swan is now to 4 seconds, and it is actually gaining. Down East is closing up fast. I'm not sure if Swan slowed down or if he... Oh god, there's a car around in front of the leaders. That probably just gave Swan a little bit of a scare. I think one of them just honked their horn, too. Man, that gap to Swan it just keeps going down. That's why I haven't left this camera. I'm just watching the gap to Swan get way smaller. As we do that, Down East has completely outrun Clone. Now about 5 seconds ahead of him. There's really no group of 2 cars that are close to one another. HUD's is now officially a lapped car. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's happening. Swan might be trying to fuel save, because again, we know the Haas guys do not have the greatest fuel mileage. I'm not sure if Colleague can go the full stage. It might be close, but I'm really not sure if he can pull that off. But with the way he's actually catching up to the 44, I would not doubt if the 44 is trying to fuel save right now. I mean, look at that gap, 2.4 seconds. Now it leveled off a little bit, 2.3. I don't know, Swan might have just gotten some word from his crew chief and said, hey, we're short by a lap or 2. But then the question is Down East that way too? And again, this series it's basically brand new. It's the Xfinity Series just renamed, so this is the 3rd season of this series. Oh, and Down East is going to come to the pits, so Down East cannot make it this whole stage. In fact, he only made it about 9 or 10 laps because of that pace lap, but yeah. Okay, that changes everything. Well, now the question is, can Swan make it to the end? Because now the thing is, you know that Downey's pitted, so you can either pit and still come out in front of him more than likely, or you can try to save all the way to the end and see if you can make it. And whatever you do here, it's not going to help you with the final stage, because the final stage is longer than the first two. The final stage is 18 laps. That's easily going to be a 2-stop stage. There's no way you can do that on just one. I'm really curious what this 44 is going to do. I'm not sure if Frank pitted. I'm not sure what the heck happened to Down East either, actually. I saw their names getting a little stupid on the driver list, and now that he crashed into the sand, yeah, Swan should be able to run away with this. But again, do you take the risk of trying to go all the way to the end of the stage? White flag will be next time by. Clone is 10 seconds off of Swan. I don't know about this, man. Haas running 1-2, and they're trying to go the full length of this stage on one tank of gas. I don't know if that's possible. I really do not know what the heck happened to Down East. He was in, I think it was... I don't know these turn numbers because I really don't know what constitutes a turn, because that S section technically has a bunch of turns back-to-back in it, but yeah, he was coming onto the bottom straight, and he was just parked basically in the sand with Frankie. And again, Frankie gave him that bump that took stage 1 away from him, so I'm not sure if maybe he gave the 9-car a boop. But either way, we know Down East could make it to the end. I'm not sure if Frank has pitted or not. He probably didn't. I'm going to go driver cam with the 44 here. Well, this is it. Coming to the white flag. There will be 1 lap to go for stage 2. Does he come down pit lane, or does he try to go all the way? He's sticking it wide. He's going to try to go the distance. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh God, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. And Clone's gonna do it too. I am really nervous. Like, I am actually shaking up here in the booth at what these boys are doing. For those that don't know, I'm still very active in this league as a driver. I'm basically just taking a little bit of a break from driving in the top 3 series, but I own Stewart Haas. I'm the team owner. These top 2 boys are Stewart Haas. And they're literally staying on the track and not pitting for this entire stage. I'm crossing my fingers, toes, and anything else I can find that can be crossed. Down the back straightaway, we're going to see if they can do it. They're driving with confidence. They seem to be fully aware they can do it, I guess. Gap to Clone is... I think they both still have gas. I don't know how. Coming out of the final corners, I mean, Swan's in a position now. He can practically coast there and be fine. Well, somehow, he's going to go the entire length of stage 1 and win stage 2. Again, in stage 1, he came to the pits, and he couldn't make it. He had to get gas. But now, all of a sudden, in this stage, he makes it. I don't know how that happened, but you know what? Great job on that team. Clone also is going to make it too, and by the sounds of that engine, he still had fuel left, going the entirety of stage 2. I don't know, man. Again, I was with them with the pre-race. I didn't really go over much of a strategy with them, but apparently they know something I don't, because that was insane being able to make it that long. Wow, I did not get to see the rest of that finishing order. But alright, Swan will win stages 1 and 2. Gonna save that replay, and here are the race results for that stage. That was insane, dude. I really cannot believe they made it. At one point when Downey started to catch up to him, I really thought that, I thought Swan was saving so hard, I thought he was just going to let Downey run away with it. But then I really didn't know if Down East could even make it that whole stage, which literally he could not, because he pitted with 7, I think, percent fuel in his tank, and then he had to fill that all the way up to 44. So if I ever mention that he has some good fuel mileage, he does not have it here today. And apparently those Haas guys have amazing fuel mileage. Alright, so we have to take another break because these guys are going to be doing it again. If something happens where a driver has to take a poop or something again, I will definitely update y'all. We'll definitely try not to make this break 20 minutes long again. But yeah, pretty good racing. Only one caution between stages 1 and 2, so that's always fun. Alright, we will be back for the final stage. Alright, y'all, here we go. Final stage of the Pep Boys 200 for the NFRL FES series. It's all going to come down to this. Remember at the top, I'm saying this now so I don't potentially jinx him in the middle of it, but Swan has never been to victory lane in a number 44 car, so he's definitely going to try to break that curse here today. Clone's running strong up in second place, really giving Haas a lot of confidence with them finishing 1-2 with their cars. Down East rebounded to third, even though he started, I think, he started second stage and last. So a good rebound by that team. And then the petty guys make up 5th, 6th, and 7th. Definitely got to see if they can get a little bit more speed out of those cars in this final stage. And again, the standings, Swan has a pretty decent lead. Frank and Lone are tied in points right now. I doubt that's going to be the same after this race. Huds is in 4th. Pug is in 5th, but Pug won't be racing here anymore in this series. Down East is in 5th. Clone is in 6th. Pudge 7th. Justin 8th. Van Gogh 9th. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun doing those points, because I can't wait to see how the order's gonna stack up after this one. Getting ready to come down to the choose cone. Again, it's funny that the inside line seems to be the preferred line, but every single time we assume that, the outside line on the left side gets a better push, and whoever's leading that line gets to power down from the outside and get a run off the corner. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. We'll see if Clone can get one of those really good runs and maybe get in front of the 44. And again, y'all, final stage. Winner of this officially wins the race, gets 5 playoff points. And here we go. Coming out of the final corner, Down East is right behind Swan. He's definitely going to try to get up there and battle with him. To the line, green flag is out. 18 laps to settle it. Clone got a decent shot, but Down East gave Swan an even better one. Ooh, Clone dove to the inside. He's basically shoving Down East low. Down East was able to get second. It looks like they're still door-to-door. They are 3 wide back there! I can't tell if those were the petty guys 3 wide, or I don't know what that was. I really don't know what that was, but dear God. Nobody wrecked. Shockingly. Jeez, Down East sent it into the sand again out of that corner. Let's see where Clone goes. He might try to go to the inside and get the run. Here he goes. He thought about it. He gets into Down East, almost sends him up into the grass. Close, hard racing. Clone's now going to go for the pass again. There's a car. Lone spun it around, I'm pretty sure. Van Gogh almost did the same thing. Nope, we're still staying green. I almost thought that might have been a caution, but nope, we're fine. As you can see behind the trees back there, the sun is starting to set. But again, we should easily be able to get this race in before the darkness comes. Now, the Cup cars, I do believe we're going to be going into the night with that race, because that race is going to be a little bit longer. Clone is just being an absolute roadblock right now, trying to protect his teammate up in the lead. Clone went low to try to defend. Now he's going to go high. He's going to try to apex this corner. Down East looks like he underbraked a little bit. He's going to shoot to the outside. It opens the door for Frank. Frank's going to go to the inside. Can he complete the pass? Down East is going to send it in there to try to get in front. Yes, he will. Nobody's holding back. It's too late in the race to hold back now. I'll just fall into last place. Again, man, it's wicked to see these petty guys back here like this, because back when Petty was just a 1-car team in the Cup Series in seasons 1 and 2, they were actually one of the better teams. I mean, Lone had that team really going. I think he won at least 1 race in both seasons 1 and 2. He always kept his name into the mix with the top runners. But it seems like, I think ever since we moved to GT7, I mean, I think they had some moderate speed at the beginning of season 3, which was our first season on GT7, but ever since then, man, Petty has kind of fallen off a little bit. And it's really sad to say, because Lone is one of the longest time drivers and veterans of this league. And right now, his team just doesn't have it. But again, these are new cars. It's kind of new to everybody. Nobody's really familiar with these things. Keeping the cameras on Down East and Clone because I want to see how hard they start to battle here. I think Clone knows that if Down East gets by him, Down East might really try to bring in Swan, which he can. Down East has a fast car. Oh, I thought Down East got to the inside of the 3. I thought that was over. Tons of squealing tires bolting through there. They are so close. God, there it goes all the way out into the grass with that 16 car. Using every inch of this racetrack trying to catch up to Clone. Frank's trying to catch up to Down East. He's going to try to make a move. Can't get it done there. He might, though. Down East got a little bit loose on exit. Now Clone's starting to drive away from the 16 just a little bit. It's so crazy to me that we only had one caution at the end of Stage 1. Stage 2 went caution-free, and now all of a sudden, a few laps into this without a yellow. I still find it crazy that when the Winston Series ran at BB of no cautions, you just had to stay in there, and that one was a grind. Clone gets into the grass. That's going to make him really loose. I'm not sure why Down East is slowing down so much. Okay, caution's actually out. I was going to say, Clone got in the grass and got loose, and all of a sudden Down East was just losing time to him. I was like, what? I did not see what happened, but judging the fact that Frank is in 6th now, I'm pretty sure he's the one that wrecked. So, as I literally just said about the cautions, now we do have another caution on lap 5. I mean, the problem is, even if you pit right now, you're still going to have to pit one more time before the stage ends, so... I mean, if you can get it, you might as well take it. So pits should open this time. I'm pretty sure you're going to see everybody come down pit lane and take some fuel. I'm not sure if tires are even warranted at this rate, but I don't know, you might see someone in the back try to change tires. It might make the difference in the long run, you never know. And if you're in the back anyways, you might as well try something. Alright, I will keep the camera on Swan while these guys get ready to come down pit lane. I will be right back. Alright, and looking through the field, not much happened. Hud's brought it to the pit lane. I do believe he parked it for the night. Just wasn't having a good night at all, and I think he's just done with the race. So that team's going to pack up their car and get ready for next week. I mean, he's actually in a really good points position right now. It's not going to help him that he's going to get scored last for this stage, but... I mean, he's still 4th. And I really don't think Clone is within striking range to catch up to him, so I think he should be able to hold 4th or 5th, even with a DNF this stage. With that Chusco, now we have Down East and Clone lined up in the outside line. It's literally 4 versus 2. That's interesting. Jeez, 43 in the 16 exchange, a little bump there. Alright, coming down to the start-finish line, we're going to go back to green flag racing. The track looks really good now that the clouds have cleared up around here. It got really cloudy in stage 1, but now it's all clear for the ending of this race. Hopefully it stays that way. Coming out of the final corner, green flag is out. Wow, I thought Down East was going to get a better shot there, but Lone actually gave Swan a pretty decent shot. Lone's giving Swan more shots going through the corner. They are 2 wide, 2 back. Oh my lord. Clone takes the lead. They are really getting aggressive back there. Lone shoots off into the grass. Van Gogh's going to try to pass the 9. 3 wide there for a second. Petty guys are still door to door. I don't know what these guys are thinking. Oh my gosh. Down East is all over Swan's bumper. Clone right now has a 9/10 lead. And now these guys are side by side for second place. Down East is going to get the spot. Swan's going to go hard into the brakes. Down East holds the spot on the outside for now. Swan's going to charge back on the inside. Not going to get it that time. Well, what a change of position right now. Clone goes to the lead. He has a lead by about a second. I think he's trying to break up that draft. He's just enjoying the lead right now. Again, for all of you old-timers, and obviously people that love watching NASCAR highlights, that black number 3 car has led in NASCAR a lot. And yeah, seeing it lead the FES race tonight, definitely awesome to see. Again, it's crazy to me, people that make their living off of numbers or cars or whatever, when you see that black number 3, you know exactly who drove it and you know exactly what it is. When you see that blue 24 car, you know exactly who it is, you know who drove it. When you see these cars going 3 wide right there for a second, you know exactly who did it. Van Gogh shoots off the corner, he misses. Lone almost does the same exact thing. Van Gogh hit the access road, he's going really slow, he almost hopped back into traffic going that slow. Oh dear God, that could have been way worse. And now this, oh God, I thought I heard tires squealing. They're fine. So you look back up at the lead pack. Down East and Swan have both caught Clone. Stupid, don't do that, camera. These guys are door to door. Frank's going to try to get around Lone. Down East is going to go for the lead. Clone had a late block. Door to door, here goes Down East. Clone tried to block it. He was a little bit late, and Down East got his bumper in there. So another lead change after that shuffle on the restart. Clone is going to heavy brake into the inside. I think he thought about it. He backs out of it. He's going to lose a little bit of time doing that. Swan's right behind him. Don't forget that Swan and Clone are teammates, so they might try to work together down the straightaway. But again, with a road course like this, you can't let somebody hold you up, so I think Swan's going to try to get around him if he can. Frank was able to overpower Lone for 4th place. And actually, Clone is going to challenge for the lead. Door to door with the 16. He is there. He gets really loose. Swan just gave him a little bit of a boop out of the way. I think that really took all of his momentum out of the picture. So now with Swan up to 2nd place, he should be able to chase down the 16 and try to challenge for the lead. Once again, the 16 and the 3 shooting it way out into the sand. Looking back here, wow, those guys actually kept it on the track. All right, a lot of good racing going on right now. Again, man, just trying to commentate these races for you. And again, these are unscripted, completely live. I never know what's going to happen because obviously it's racing, it's all random. So all of it is just on the fly, just saying what's happening. We all love racing, we all love NASCAR. I hope you all have been liking our live stream. Swan is there. Oh, Down East got a little bit loose. Swan's going to close the door. Oh boy, Swan's there. He might go to the inside. He's going to try to poke his head to the outside. Doesn't get there. This is a heavy braking zone. I think he's going to go for it. He is going to go there now. Down East is going to underbrake to try to hold the spot. Wow. I don't know, man. If there's going to be another caution, I think these two boys are going to bring it out. Again, man, colleague have to be so happy over there at that colleague camp watching what this 16 is doing on the track. Even though today Swan has won stages 1 and 2, Down East has never been out of the picture. He's always been near the front challenging. And again, colleague is coming off of a race sweep in Oshkosh and FES last week. So obviously they're already very happy about the situation, but they're even happier seeing that momentum carry over to the next week. And again, after Down East just had one of the most lackluster seasons we've ever seen last season, he's definitely looking to rebound, and he's certainly doing so. As Swan looks like he might be able to completely pass the 16 going into the next corner. Down East, is he going to try to get there? He almost does. Oh, he kind of does, and then he backs off a little bit. He's going to try to get the power down and catch right back up to him. He will. Does he go too wide? Yes, he does through the last corner, door to door. Dangerous spot on the track to go door to door like that. Coming to the start-finish line. Oh my gosh, I think Swan just gave him a boop out in the grass. Clone's back there knocking over all the signs. I don't know what he's doing. Like, no, you're not advertising here, and that's final as Down East is going to shoot off the grass into the wall. That could be a caution. I think it will be. Yep, caution flag is out. That was hard racing between the 16 and the 44 there. I think Swan is wishing he was in a 5 car right now, given the history of the 44. Yeah, that was some great driving there. And also, Clone's very much in this. He might have fallen off there once those two got to the lead, but Clone is there and he is in the picture. So let's see. I do believe they can pit this time and be good for the rest of the stage, or the rest of the race, I should say. So yeah, pit road will open this time. And I was not paying attention last time, but I do want to see how these guys line up with fuel mileage. Because I'm not really sure at this point. I thought Down East was going to be able to make it the entirety of stage 2 on the gas, and then no. He had to pit, and both of the Down East guys made it, so it's like, both of the Down East guys made it. Dude, I'm just... I wish I had a bleep button, because I would love to make that not happen. But yeah, both of the Haas boys made it the whole stage. Yeah, I need to learn English again. Thank you very much. So pit road opens this time. Pudge, yes, I do have you up in the booth. I wish you were actually here with me. If you were actually on, I'd actually tell you to hop up in the booth with me and help me finish this race. You see that? I slurred so bad, man. I need backup. And he's right there waiting to come up and help me if I need it. I don't know if anybody's out there watching the race right now. If y'all want to have dual commentators. Shout out to Saray if you're watching this. I'm not sure if you are on right now. Alright, let's get Pudge in here. Heck yeah. Bring Pudge up. I'm not sure if this is going to do anything. I'm going to switch party chats. I hope this doesn't do anything. Okay, I think I'm going to have to edit my party mix once he gets in here. If anybody's watching, I have my audio fine-tuned to where whenever I'm in a party chat with somebody else, the game is not too loud. I'm going to make it a little bit louder so y'all can still hear the cars. Alright, so whenever he connects, we have a guest commentator tonight for the Pep Boys 200. Welcoming Pudge, daily driver of the 2 car. He's going to help me finish commentating this race. When they come to the start-finish line, there will be 7 laps to go. Well, Pudgy, welcome to the booth.
Welcome, welcome. How goes it?
That sounds like a different mic there, buddy.
It's the same mic, don't worry.
Okay.
I just don't have the hurricane machine running.
Well, to any of my viewers who have never heard us dual commentate before, we have done it in the past. I'm not sure if I've ever gone live to do so, but yeah, this is not a first time thing, but we have definitely been in the booth together before, so it should be fun tonight. Now as they took the choose cone, the cars are going to be lined up 3x3, and once again the Haas boys on the front row. I want to watch down east because he's been getting roughed up this race, and I don't know. I think this might be the time for him to try to dive low, unless Swan blocks it. But alright, y'all. Ending of the race coming up. Dual commentators. Let's do this thing. The Pep Boys 200 for the NFRL. Green flag is out. Oh, down east tried to go low, but Swan blocks it. He is there. Clone got really loose on the outside. He's not able to hold the line. Down east all of a sudden tried to go to the inside. He is going to get Swan really loose. Coming through the aggressive S corners. I'm trying to keep the camera moving here because there's a lot going on. These guys are staying really close together. Looks like Swan's got about a 3/10 gap. Down east is closing it up fast. He's going to get right to his bumper. He does go off into the grass a little bit. You saw some dirt shoot off the 43 too. And again, with Swan being 3/10 faster than Down East on the time trial lap, you got to really question how much better he can be over the long run. But if Down East keeps getting loose like that, he ain't going to last very long.
All right, Mr. Formal. Fill me in. What's been going on?
Basically, the whole race has been Swan and Down East battling for the lead, and then the rest of the guys battling for third, kind of. Petty guys have been off pace most of the race. Frankie has been up and down. He's sometimes poked in the top 4, but he's been kind of just a little bit slower than the rest. And yeah, Clone's been near the front, but he's never been able to really put a good move together to take the lead. Although, he did lead earlier in this stage. He actually led a couple of laps.
Clone got pretty loose on the exit of that second last corner.
Yeah.
Haas equipment is either super tight or super loose. There's no really in between with him.
Well, that's the funny thing. Swan and Clone seem to have the same equipment tonight, but it looks like they're running 2 different cars. Swan's really slow on track. I think a caution is out.
Who went? Frankie. Looked like
yeah.
Frankie spun.
He's way off pace back there. Oh, God. I think he did that to show us that, yes, we were correct. He probably heard that, and he's like, yeah, look what I'm doing. I just did that a second ago. Hey, Frank, if you want to mow the grass, do it when we're not racing.
Hey, bud, I know you're part of my team with RFK, but it's hard to do what I can do on this track.
Yeah, I've seen many people try to do a pudge. Don't do a pudge. Because you're not going to last.
Oh, way out there.
Frankie is in trouble.
Frankie, what do I pay you for, bud?
Yeah, Pudge, it's been a pretty decent race. There's actually been a lot of battling between the Petty guys because at one point they actually went 3 wide at the beginning of the S corners, and they actually survived. And nobody needs to pit, so I guess we're going to go green this time.
We're just going to send it. Let's look at Frank's Mopar car. Ooh, easy, Frank. Turn that track control on, bud.
He's like, hi, I'm here. I want to play right now.
Cloney with a classic Goodwrench car. Lone
Green flag is out.
Different Air Force car. Ooh.
Downey's got a huge shot. He is going to go to the lead.
Oh, yeah. Let's see if he can hold him. Lone's up there, but...
Oh, Swan's up there too. He might give the 16 a little bit of a push. Now, the 16's been getting batted around. He's gotten pushed and moved a lot during this race.
I mean, that's what happened in the Oshkosh race, too. A lot of bumping and moving. Oh boy, here comes Clone and Lone. They have the history together, and it is not good.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier because at one point Clone gave the door to Lone and actually forced him up into the grass. Wow, that looks slow. I thought they were under caution there for a second, but nope, we're still green.
We're going down the backstretch, going into these chicanes. I just want to remind you guys, you should probably drink some Milo. It's really good.
Oh, I thought I saw a car go off into the sand. Yep, Clone just got punted into the sand. I think Clone might have, or no, sorry, Lone might have moved him.
Oh boy.
He's going to fall to last. There's a huge battle for the lead.
All three of them top three guys just absolutely drifted around that last corner coming to the start-finish line. That was pretty cool.
They see you do it so much, they're like, we can try this. It might not work, but we'll try.
It doesn't work. The only person it works for is me.
Oh my god, Down East is giving it everything he has.
Lone just got super loose in that entrance to those S corners, the second part of those S corners.
Just want to recap something to everybody watching. If you didn't watch the Oshkosh race last night, it was crazy because Down East led 90% of that race, and then Swan was able to make a move in the last couple of corners on the last lap to win the race. And here's the funny thing. This race, Swan has led basically everything as he's going to go for the lead right now. And Swan has won stages 1 and 2.
Back and forth.
And now Down East is going to try to return that favor and see if he can upset him today and try to win this race.
Ooh, glowing brakes. Hard on the brakes, hard on the brakes.
Oh, Down East got loose on that corner. Back end almost slipped out. Frankie just passed Van Gogh. Dangerous corner to try to do that. He is still loose in that 9 car.
He might have snagged one of my chassis and just repainted it.
I hope not. Down East to the inside, trying to go for the lead again. Down East tried, but Swan got that power down on the outside. Again, these two they're about even. In qualifying, they're only separated by 0.3, and right now their fastest laps are only separated by 0.2. Well, about 3, give or take. Oh my god, Down East is right there! He's going to try to shoot to the outside way into the grass! That's going to take a lot of his speed away.
That was insane. I thought he was hitting that wall.
We're going to go...
Nice car he's driving, though.
We're going to go inside car cam for this 16 and see what he's seeing. Well, not visor cam, it's just inside car cam. See him running through them gears.
I'm going to go along board with the 44 here. Or is it the 5?
No, it's the 44.
Swan's had so many different numbers, it's crazy.
And for the record, the funniest part is he's never won a points race in a 44 car.
Oh, he's in the grass, he's in the grass. Down East loose behind him.
Down East got the power down, though. He's there. Go back to spectator cam. Here comes Down East. He's going to try to challenge. Can he go low? He is there. White flag is next time by. And don't forget, again, Down East led almost all of the race last night, and then Swan upset him. Swan has led almost this entire race, and Down East is going to try to return that favor. And also, like we just said, Swan has never won a points race in the 44 car ever.
It is a first car.
Down East sending it all the way out to the sand.
So did Swan. Swan's caught.
Oh, I thought they underbraked. I thought they both did. Oh.
There's a caution. Who went around?
Oh my gosh.
Multi-car.
There's going to be a green-white checkered.
Or is this the last stage?
This is the final stage.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and again, I'm one to apologize that I cannot show replays of what just happened due to GT7, but again, some sort of caution happened, whatever it was, that now just changes the whole outcome of this race because we all know what's going to happen. Down East is going to line up right, Swan's going to go left, and seemingly all day today, whenever there was a restart, the left side lane is the lane that always got the good jump. So we're going to have to see what happens in this restart. It's just going to be them finishing this last lap under caution, but the racing has been good today, and we did have 7 cars before HUD's decided to park it. Oh, man.
It's hard for HUD sometimes out there, man, in Great Britain.
Oh, yeah, and plus right now it's 1 or 2 in the morning where he lives, but he loves this league so much, he gives it his all week in and week out.
Just like shout out to Fabi, he does the same thing. I think he's in the same time zone out there. Where's he from?
He's one of them Portugal rascals over there.
if you ever watch my stream, there's there's some funny stuff said between me and him.
Which I recommend, by the way, during these races.
Disclaimer, 18 plus, please.
Yeah, we're almost demanding that, actually.
Yeah, it's a mandatory thing. And if you don't like something, just stop watching. Don't record it. That's not fun. That's not cool.
Yeah. Well, Pudge, these guys are... Oh, my God. Imagine if that would have been the race-ending move.
Not to get into any other game, but I'm glad GT7 doesn't have game chat. Because,
yeah.
Call of Duty just brought in an AI moderator for game chat. They listen to everything you say and will issue warnings, bans, suspensions to whatever the AI seems fit, which I find crazy. Because anybody watching this ever played COD? It's pretty toxic.
For anybody watching right now, I do want to point this out. I'm showing the race results on the screen right now. As much of a shock as it might be at the current moment, I do believe Clone in the 3 car has the fastest lap of the race because he ran a 1:19.817, and I'm pretty positive the fastest lap in stages 1 and 2 was clocked at a 1:19.9. So Clone might have just gotten out of here with the fastest lap of the race in that 3 car.
He shows some promise. Clone, for some reason this season, found his speed. He really did. Not to poke any bad jabs at him or anything. He wasn't that fast last season or the season before in my rookie season. But something awoken in this kid, and I'm proud of him. He's not on my team. He's on Haas, but hey, he's coming alive, and I like to see that. We need more competition in these races, because I mean, you sitting up here in the booth really open up to different people winning, but it seems like it's just Swan and Down East out front most of the time. But Clone does have a couple wins in Oshkosh. Frankie has a win, big upset there. Justin, he has a win.
And I was actually going over that earlier, talking about Clone. I mentioned that on the stat sheet and everything, you know, he had 2 Cup wins, like Cup Series wins in Season 2, and then once we switched over to GT7 in Season 3, it was our longest season ever. He never was able to win a race. He never was able to really put a full race together as far as, you know, start to finish. He just went on a huge dry spell, but starting this season off, a brand new car for FES. FES is basically an entirely new thing. He's really driving this car well. He's finally starting to learn the Oshkosh car, especially with the increased horsepower. And then the Cup car is new to everybody because with that new engine, that car does not handle the same at all. So it's almost like an open playground for these guys.
It is. It really is. It's not the same as for the Cup cars for Season 3 and Season 4, where there wasn't much change to the car actually at all. But let's have some predictions here. Where do you think Down East is going to go, left or right?
I think he's going to go right because I literally think every single time he was on the as the leader, he chose right. Also, I think every time we had a restart, the leader has always chosen right. It would surprise me if he went left.
Obviously, Swan's going to go opposite of him.
He's signaling with that left blinker. Down East is trying to throw him off a little, I think.
I think Lone's going to follow Down East. Obviously, Clone's going to follow Swan. Frankie with Clone.
Oh.
That's I don't know if I would have did that. I know Frankie, actually everybody, Car Freak, you've seen it. It's like every team against Haas. You've seen it.
Oh yeah, that's just the dynamic we have here, but hey, it just makes the competition more fun, honestly. Oh boy, I mean, you know Clone's going to be aggressive. Clone's going to push his teammate, but how big of a push does Lone give the 16?
I think he's going to slam him.
Here we go, y'all. First attempt at the green-white checker. We do have up to 3 attempts. Green flag is out. Here we go. 43 got a big run. Huge push to the 16, but Swan's not going anywhere. Good push from the 3 car. Oh, Lone's inside of the 44. He's almost shoving him off the track. They were almost 3 wide there for a second. Swan is in the grass. He's going for the lead. He did not get it through the grass, but down east is in the grass also. What a move.
That was insane.
Oh, and they're all still alive. Lone is basically sideways going through those S's. He's not letting off of the gas pedal.
This is insane. This is absolutely
down
crazy.
east just got so loose. He almost went into the sand again. Gap is up to 8 tenths.
Yep, big gap.
How hard does Lone push it?
A little bit.
Lone hasn't been in the top 3 all day. He's been stuck in the back with all of his petty teammates. Lone is there at Swan's bumper. He's in contention. Oh, Clone. He's good. He's good. Oh my god, 7-10 separate the top 2. If they get to the white flag, the next flag will end the race, be it caution or checkered.
Lone is closing the gap on Swan, very slowly, but he is.
I think he's going to get there, dude. If Lone slows down Swan, down east should be able to run away with this. I don't know if Lone has it in him, though, to get through these corners. Lone is really loose in the back.
Yeah, he lost quite a bit, 2 tenths now.
Final corner, 1 lap to go, presented by Pepsi, the drink of champions. Lone is in the grass. He's going to spin out! Big spin. He's fine. There can't be a caution right now. I do believe they're going to stay green for the rest of this lap unless a big pile-up happens.
Clone's off. Clone's in the dirt.
I still think they're going to stay green. We're going to watch the response of these leaders. They better just send it anyways, because even if a caution is called, you want to make sure you get to the end of this. 6 tenths separates the top 2. Final lap. Down east sends it way to the outside. Swan's out there too. Now, if y'all remember, for anybody that watched Oshkosh, that last corner, the left-right, that is where Swan dove it in there and passed the 16. Here we go, coming down to the back straightaway.
This is rough. Oh.
Down east is driving away. I think he's going to do it, but there's still sharp corners. Swan could send it in there.
He's gotta handle these last 3 or 4 corners.
Can Down East do it?
Draft.
Down East got rudely upset last night in Oshkosh. He was not able to close the deal. Final corners. Oh! I think they both missed that. Out of the final corner, unbelievably, Down East is going to do it. He is going to go back-to-back in the FES series. Down East wins the Pep Boys 200.
Outstanding. That was intense. Got Swan in 2nd, Frankie 3rd, Lone ends up in 4th, Van Gogh 5th, Clone bringing up the rear out of that bad first corner. What's he doing?
He's looking at that waving checkered flag, wishing he could grab it, but that's not the case today. Down East is going to take that right to the colleague hauler. Oh my dude, I'm glad you're in the booth with me because I almost fell through the glass window. I'm glad you grabbed onto me and held me up here. I'm gonna save that replay.
It was hard to hold on to you. I was pushed up against the glass too. Almost
that's why I tell you to lift weights.
Crazy. Oh, I do. Look at me.
Y'all, here's the race results on the screen.
The only thing that saved me was this big old cup of Milos. Go down to your local Walmart and get yourself a thing of Milos. This league is not sponsored by Milos. I hope they are, sooner or later.
Y'all, as I say after every race, we're going to give these guys a second just to set up for the cooldown lap. And hey, this is going to be a first. Whenever we go into the actual chat, me and Pudge are each going to question Down East about the win, so look forward to that here in a minute. Oh, that was one of the best. Dude, I gotta say this. For both races so far at Road Atlanta, we've had semi-understaffed races. I say semi because we had 7 drivers tonight. That's still a pretty decent pack. But the racing was average in the middle. But then as soon as we get up to the last 2 to 4 laps, all of a sudden the competition it raised up. All of a sudden people started caring. That was one of the craziest battles for the lead I've ever seen in a green-white.
Who's the host of this lobby? Is it Swan?
Yeah. Oh my lord.
That Air Force car is definitely different, though. I don't think I've seen Lone ever run that one.
I actually asked him about that because that is one of the ones that I made, and he said that he ran that in the FES Clash.
Oh.
And yeah, all these guys are going to give a bump to Down East because they know what it takes. They know what it would take to chase down Swan in a 1v1 at a road course. And how about Call League, dude? Call League Racing did not exist at the start of this season. Now they have 2 FES wins, an Oshkosh win,
God,
and a Cup win.
Clone just murdered Swan. Drove
Clone's,
right into his passenger door.
Clone and Frank are back there. Are they having some kind of disagreement?
No, it looked like Clone drove into Swan while Swan was spinning in the grass, and then Frankie just decided to have some fun with it.
Well, you ready to go back into the chat and interview the winner? Because that was a win well earned. All right, let's go. Down East, this is Formal Guy and Pudge up in the booth. Do you have us?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right, so first things first, I welcome Pudge up to the booth, and I'm so glad because, once again, I think it was at Daytona Road Course where I mentioned I almost fell through the glass window pane. Literally, I almost went through it again, and Pudge grabbed me and held on to all of me somehow and kept me up there. So, we were talking. Last night, you led almost the entire Oshkosh race, and then Swan literally made a move in the last corner, basically, and totally upset your win. And now you basically full-fledged return the favor. You go back-to-back in FES for the first time in your career. What's your thoughts right now?
Well, I just told Swan that since he won last night's race and me winning tonight's race, I think we're kind of even after both these races. No, it feels good to actually get Action Industries to their first win. This is, I think, the second time I've driven this car, and the first time driving this game, I did not do too great. Frankly, my car didn't do too great at all this race. The car had no grip, especially in stage 1 with no sun, anything like that. And I actually thought that Swan once again was going to run away with it, and Clone was going to hold me back. But somehow with a green-white checker, magically somehow kept this car up front and was able to defend the Mystery Machine to keep the win.
Pudge, you got anything to ask?
I mean, I joined pretty late in this stage, obviously. You guys seen when I came in. How thankful are you to that 43 machine for giving you that nice shove on that green-white checkered?
Really thankful that the 43 hit me where it mattered and not, anywhere else. So I guess you can say that the hard banging battles that me and him had are officially dealt with. So since he did to me, if I catch him in that situation going for a win, I most likely will do the same thing back to him.
I seen a lot happen out of the right into the S's, where cars were going off in the grass and all that other stuff. What happened there?
So this car doesn't handle as good as the Oshkosh car does, in my personal opinion. These cars have a bit more understeer under them, especially when they're going at full rate speed. It's kind of a mixed bag, really. When the car's at a decent amount of speed, a lot of understeer happens, but when this car is exiting out of a turn, the back end just wants to kick out. So this car is kind of a mixed bag of everything. For most of the race, my car was pretty tight, while everyone else was pretty loose. So I think it's just the fact that everyone was just kind of gunning for it. trying to get advantage off of restart. So it's not particularly too wide friendly, but everyone's just trying to get the best spot they can.
Yeah, because I think it was Lone and Swan got together. Swan went through the grass, come up into you. I thought you were going to get turned, and then Lone was through the grass, and there was just a big chaotic bunch right there. And I thought we were going to do another green-white checkered.
I was so glad we weren't, because some of us have to use the bathroom, others got obligations. Some of us haven't ate yet.
Imagine winning but still being hungry.
That's the feeling I have right now.
So, Down East, I have one last question to ask you, and
if you can compose yourself to ask the question.
So, the one thing I was thinking of, I've heard a lot of word of mouth around here that they were worried that you were going to have some of the best fuel mileage in the race. I noticed in stage 2, somehow when we had no cautions, you pitted with, I think, 2 laps to go, and then both of the Haas runners up in 1-2 both finished the stage without pitting for gas. Did that ever make you question your fuel mileage, or did you still think you had it in the bag?
No. It did question it, because I had to basically when we're in our stage break for going into stage 3, I had to basically flip my transmission upside down, and even doing that, I still think I would have had I still don't think I would have the best fuel mileage out of all of them, especially them two. I know I think it was stage 1, I tried just testing it, and of course I ran dry coming up the hill on the final corner, so I knew that even if I, went through this transmission thoroughly, which I rarely ever do, I don't think I would have had the best fuel mileage. I'm pretty sure the 2 Haas cars had the best fuel mileage in the race, hands down.
Well, man, congratulations on your second FES win of the season. You are now the first driver to win multiple FES wins in a season, this season, I should say. Pudge, you got any closing remarks? So, I want to thank our NFRL prize pool to give us something to race for. Very much appreciate them for that. Also, shout out to Wheels, that's spelled with a Z. You can go to his YouTube channel and watch Madden content. He's also live on Twitch every night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Also, if you're going to any sporting event with the NFL starting back up, use SeatGeek and use code Wheels for $20 off your order. Also, shout out to Fabianski for everything he does for the Cup Series. He makes all of our cars, liveries, and all that. That man is quite literally a Picasso in the paint booth. And again, shout out to all y'all that watch the race. I know that I think at some point we had like 6 to 8 viewers, which again, that's a lot for us. We appreciate every single one of you that watch our races. Don't forget, go to my YouTube channel, honk, and go to the live section, and then you can see all of our on-demand races whenever you want to. Full-length races, just you'll have to skip through the breaks that we take in between the stages. I want to thank y'all for watching. I want to thank Pudge for joining me in the booth, and don't forget, he's also part-time in this series, so you might see me and him up in the booth together again for a future race. But thank y'all so much for watching. This is the NASCAR Fantasy Racing League, and we will see y'all next time.